Hi, I'm Ellie Walsh from LivingTheLawOfAttraction.com, and this is video 2 from our series, You Can Create the Life You Desire. Now, in video 1, we talked about what is the law of attraction and how does it work. We talked about the law of attraction's definition. We talked about the law of attraction has a job description. And we, of course, talked about how it is always working. It doesn't just work sometimes. The law of attraction is always working. And it is responding to our vibrations. Now, we left that video off with the question of, well, then if I'm not getting my desires, how could I be sending out vibrations in opposition of the things I desire? And obviously, we're not doing that on purpose. So the real question is, how could it that I be sending out vibrations that I'm not aware of? That's the question, which brings us to, today talk about how do we work? How do our brains work? Now, thoughts are energy. Thoughts create things. Without a thought, nothing happens. And that is a vibration. That energy, vibration, that's what a thought is. Now, it is said that we as human beings, have 50 to 70,000 thoughts running through our head every day. And that most of those thoughts are repetitive, 95% or more are repetitive, meaning that on a daily basis, the same basic thoughts are running through our head. And it's further said that most of those thoughts are negative. Now, when I look at that word negative, the way I really interpret that is the majority of those thoughts are what I would call limiting. And that'll make sense as we go along. So I have these thoughts. They're kind of like background music. You know, if there's background music going on, you are kind of aware of it, yet you can still have a conversation with people, you could still read a book, you could still drive your car, you could still write things. So it's running back there, and yet we don't feel, we know it's running. You know how we know it's running? You ever be in a place where there's background music? I used to work in a bank years ago, and when they shut that music off, you went, oh. So you weren't really aware it was annoying you until they shut it off. Then you were aware of, oh, that stuff was making me crazy. So that it's like those thoughts are background music. Now, where did those thoughts come from? Well, most of us would call those thoughts beliefs or belief systems. And a belief is nothing more than a thought you've thought over and over again. So when people talk about core beliefs, you know, they make that sound like it's a big thing. Core beliefs, those are big, solid. And all that really means is, well, you've thought that one over and over and over and over and over and over again. And so the repetition of that one has been many, many times over and over. But where do they come from? Well, the brain, on a daily basis, we are taking in information every day, and we are storing information in what many would call the subconscious mind. And when we come in here brandy new, a brandy new baby, with a brandy new conscious and subconscious, we are storing information from the people around us, from our environment, from the adults around us, and then from our peers, and as we're growing, from the situations that we're experiencing. And in essence, many times we are storing other people's opinions and other people's experiences of what they've told us.